Look, with Australia Day almost upon us and I read your messages, I tell you think this, I think this. Isn't it time for the haters to shut up? What happened on that first Australia Day, January 26, 1788, was a good thing, not a bad thing. It marked the coming to this continent of law, liberty, science and written language. And that was eventually a good thing for everyone, including Aboriginal people, at least after the initial exposure to new diseases and the occasional violence on the frontier, because everyone benefited from the developing understanding here in Australia that women and children and people of different races and religions all had the same rights. Now, I know that our history isn't perfect. No country's got a perfect history, but you can't change the past. And ours is much more a story of pride than shame. If it were not, why do we have a slight over-representation of Aboriginal people in our national parliament, elected by not just Aboriginal people? And why is our country a magnet from people from all over the world, many from non-English speaking backgrounds, who would hardly be attracted to a country that was as racist and unfair as the quasi-Marxist activists want to claim? And if we're really that bad, how come Aboriginal women, yes, black women, not just black men, had the vote in South Australia way back in 1894? As we've been discussing, this outbreak of angst over our National Day has now become an annual spectacle that goes on all January, even though there's no better candidate to be our National Day than the 26th. And anyway, most of the Change the Date Brigade want to abolish Australia Day, not change it. It's demeaning to have this debate every year about whether our country is worth celebrating, because plainly it is. So let's put this pointless and counterproductive debate behind us once and for all. Now, one way to do this might be something proposed by Liberal backbencher Henry Pike. He's got a private members' bill on the table that says any change to the date of Australia Day must and can only be done via a plebiscite. Now, if Peter Dutton were to propose that or something like it, it would not be a distracting culture war. It would actually be ending this particular culture war in the way that all the polls say the voters want it ended. Let's keep Australia Day forever, lock it in and celebrate it properly.